Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be for next 6 months about money, career, and success. Let's dive in. We have a crow here. This is actually insight. These are your symbols, by the way. Then I'm going to jump into your coffee cup. If you're new here, I am Divine Light. And if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit the like and the subscribe. It's a free way to be here and also support the channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. What I see with the crow is it's about insight, guys, because I feel like it is believed that they live on this plane and also the unseen plane that we have, the world of the dead. So I feel like some of you might be receiving insight information through your dreams or even little signs and symbols through crow energy. This can also symbolize that you can embody the energy of the crow, and this can help you see the unseen stuff, okay? Another thing we have here is a camel. This is all about resilience, and camels store fat on their back. I don't know if that has a special name. And what happens that is they store it and they use it during long journeys. I think I read somewhere they're the Cadillacs of the desert. Not the Cadillacs. I think they're just very resilient. Basically, during in the desert, they can be really comfortable. Also, they can last for a very long time. They can be really strong. I don't know if that's Cadillac. I never drove one, so. But I read the news about it before I turned on the video. Maybe that's why it just keeps coming to me. So the camel is you're being resilient during the times that you don't really see how things are going to play out. But deep down in the crow energy, you know it, okay? When it comes to money. This can be also being a little bit frugal with your money, okay? Not really wasting it on those things that do not matter that much, or give it away to those that maybe emotionally manipulate you. I don't think you can be Aquarius. You're an air sign. You work with logic, but there might be something that that emotional little side of you that really loves the little or big expensive stuff. And I feel like during this next 6 months is not the time to waste the money on them, because you might be actually creating a big desire. Elk is masculine energy, a strong energy. It's all about also community, because they can be inside of a community, they can get along with a community, and they are protective inside the community. Another thing here, the elk is a massive when it comes to size. Seems like you're going to really get in a massive size when it comes to financial desires. Maybe this is a massive chunk of money coming into your life and you know how to handle it. Another thing with the elk is, they actually shake their heads off when they're mature enough and they drop the antlers and grow new ones. This is maybe if you have any attachment to the old stuff, when they need to go, you're gonna have the strength to shake them off, okay? We have one more here, Scorpion. I was reading the fable about the scorpion and the frog. And that's like a story of the scorpions has a certain nature, and you can embody the nature, but it doesn't mean that you need to pursue it forever, because of the scorpion's nature. Yes, they're very strong. They can live in the desert and in the hot weather, but the venom, like on the fable, you see that it stings the frog, even though the frog is doing it a favor and taking the scorpion across the river. So if that's the case, you might be dealing with a scorpion like that, and you need to be careful with that. You shouldn't carry them on your back if that's the case. Or if you are the one receiving the help, you need to fight with your nature, okay? And the nature doesn't have to be specifically stinging something in the back. I'm going to give the simplest example. You see the venomous fire here. This can be you being too aggressive with something that you are grabbing. Okay? I know this sounds a little different than what the Scorpion energy is, but maybe you're working somewhere, but you're working so hard and doing all the things that you shouldn't be doing. Okay? Because you're a hardworking person, you're disciplined, and then you help someone to do their work too, but then when they cross you, you leave them stranded, and now they don't know what to do, because you were taking care of everything for them. So what happens is, even though you don't see that as it is a Scorpion energy there. Okay, so you help them, they help you. They help you somewhat to feel better, maybe because you help them, but now you're stinging them. So maybe don't ever do any of those stuff. Just mind your own business, okay? Let's dive into your coffee cup now. I know the interpretation was a little long when it comes to spirit animals, but the coffee cup is also really depending on the symbols of the animals and creatures as well. We have a pathway opening here within the second month outside, and the third month again. The path is about you exploring a place or maybe going to a certain place, and then the second path is about, we have here a chunk of money. You're going to go back there to receive some blessing. Okay, so it can be about, maybe this can be even a home, a new place, a new job that you explore, part-time something, and then when you see, okay, this is good, this is working for me, then you go for a full-time. I see towards the 6th month, there's a big chunk of money coming in. I told you with the elk, maybe there's an authority coming. You're becoming an authority, but in order for you to do that, you need to store your energy and do not waste it, okay? Because you're resilient. Yes, you can last the energy that you're saving for a long time. Or this can be like you can really go with minimal energy for the time being. Energy, I'm talking about money, rather than spending the money on the things that are just material, the pleasure stuff. I'm not talking about the required needs, guys, okay? I'm talking about one extra thing that you don't have to have. This is different for everyone. Okay, for me, it's a total different thing than you. So you know what I'm talking about. It might be one extra Starbucks coffee, which I don't even think it tastes good. Okay, so, but you might love it. Okay, maybe you should get something and make it at home type of thing. Okay, I see there are 2 pathways opening within the first month. There's a contract in between, and there's like a warmy person on the phone line here. You might try to get a contract signed with a person who's really like a warmy, it's not really, worms are a bad thing, but they are like, there are many worms are necessary in order to make an impact in the world. That's what's coming to me right now. And this can be one person is not really creating many impact, but just creating many noises, okay? Can be a worm in your apple as well, someone blocking your desired outcome. I feel like here, when you clarify something, the paper is going to go through. The clarity is going to come forward. The contract is going to go through. And it's going to be followed by a second one. And the third one is we have a man here wearing the big hat. This is traditionally like hats. I think like Ottoman sultans used to wear this kind of big hats and stuff. The thing about these hats are, not everybody knows it, but these are actually their shrouds as well. When they get buried, they wear these shrouds. Okay, it's a constant reminder that even if you're ruling a whole like you're an empire, you're still immortal. Okay, that's a reminder of that. And I feel like you're in front of this person, you're talking to them. This can be a person who's aware of their immortality, which can bring humbleness, okay? But another thing here is it can bring arrogance too, because like this is one life. I'm gonna live one life type of attitude. But I look at their face, this kind of looks like a person who's very wise, and they have a lot of maybe wisdom to share here, and you're right there, and that can be the value, that can be the road opener for you, that can be a certificate, that can be a freeing thought or a thinking that is going to bring a clarity here, a tabula rasa, a new phase in your life, the 3rd month time. And I told you, like after that, the new pathway and the opportunity is coming. Like you're really taking the chance, and that is going to bring some wealth. Okay, we have a lot of symbols here. I don't know the symbols of the runes, but this kind of looks like a rune to me. And under it, there's another one right there. I'm gonna look and find out what they are as well, because I started seeing them a lot in the cups now. And there is a person here. I don't know if they're eating a banana or talking to a microphone. This person looks like a baby or acts like a baby you're dealing with. Maybe the sword is in their mouth, and the sword actually indicates speaking your ideas. and also maybe just taking the sword and going to the war and expressing yourself. This person is holding the sword in their mouth and they're not speaking. So I feel like this can be someone who's really discreet, that is maybe going to lead you towards another way, an option here, another road, okay? That's, yeah, this can be someone immature as well. And the sword in their mouth might be like when they speak, they're cutting people all the time. That's, you might feel like a little angry about this person's attitude, but maybe the attitude is for you to just go out there and explore something that is new and available to you. Another clear paper here can be a new lease or a home. We see here, you can see the triangle roof, and it kind of looks like there's a cross on top. This cross can also symbolize those little, you know, the rooster and the arrows on top of they place it on top of the ceilings. Not the ceilings, the roof, so it can show the directions, the north, where the north is. This house can be your true north, guys. This place can be a place that you feel that you belong to, and or it can be like a new home, maybe that really feels like home to you, okay? It seems like here first you're gonna find a place, then an offer coming in, cup, a beautiful, fulfilling, big cup coming forward. There's a gateway opening. There's a fish showing up. Fish can be a small fish, meaning maybe a down payment or the 3 months lease, or like a payment or something like that. And then a bigger bear. You can see the bear. I first saw like hand. This kind of looks like a hand. And when we get closer, it kind of looks like a pig, maybe even, or what's that? The wild one, the wild boar. It can be like how unexpected, and also maybe a little bit uncontrollable resource showing up. But they are like during the 6th month, and there's a pathway leading towards like clarity, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see 3 little fish showing up towards the 6th month, though. This desire, there are 3 of them showing up. This is something you don't really believe it's possible. That's why maybe you don't really do anything about it. That's why when the second flip, it is going to show up. So when you really think, okay, maybe I can start with small chunks and divide it up to small pieces. This is another thing that human brain actually plays us the tricks. When we want something massive, okay, guys, our mind actually tells us, oh, it's impossible, and paralyzes the body, and we don't do anything. That's where the procrastination comes from. But when you start dividing things into small chunks and small steps, another fear comes there too, because that's going to take you outside your comfort zone. That's going to turn you into something bigger or better or more laid back. Maybe you're an intense person and you don't want to let that go, okay? Because this is who your personality is. So that's why there are 2 struggles. That's why 3 desire come forward and they just cut off immediately. The initial thing is changing your mind. And then I see tears of joy here. It can be also tears of maybe if you have any stuck energy or belief, that letting them go can also cause the fears as well. Being stubborn about the direction that the things should go in order for you to receive your desire, that can also cause a stuck energy. Seems like you're releasing all of them. I see here a donkey wearing a hat. The hat is not really covering its head completely. Donkey's energy is like compared to horse, they are really stubborn. Like the horse can be also a little playful and they can kick others, but donkey is like they have a mischievous energy. So the hat means that the mischievous energy might be separating someone from the authority, being the authority, wearing the hat, okay? Because the authority even is surrounded by rules. There are rules that authority needs to obey, and the authority doesn't have to be specifically like a government authority. When you are leading people or when you're managing something, you need to obey by certain social norms, okay? So if that's the case, I feel like that's where you're having a conflict, but you're going to find a way Two, we have an anteater here wearing the hat. Maybe find a way or find a different spirit animal to wear that hat. Get that authority in your hands. The anteater is the cleaners of the earth and takes care of like the ants when they go haywire. Guys, I don't know if you ever faced that kind of a thing. As I sometimes leave cat food on my balcony, and these ants, they go nuts. They're everywhere and you cannot really shake them off. So I love ants. I love all the earthy creatures, but they start biting the walls off of the house. Like they can go crazy because they can lose what is useful, what is useless, because their goal is only to clean or only to collect, not to clean, but they do clean up, but only to collect. So that's why you might need an anteater time to time to clean that up. Okay, so I don't know what kind of ants they eat though. They might be eating fire ants, I'm not sure, but still it's when you accept the authority, that will require to clean the harmful things too. Okay, and I feel like that's going to, you can see it's kind of looking like a spirit, and that's going to require you to connect with that a different type of spirit this time. Okay, let's see what tarot has to say this time. We have a different type of tarot, not a classic one, but still it says a guided, like this is like a little modern expression. Okay, we're gonna go where you are, what the situation is, how the situation is gonna play out. Let's see. You are the high priestess. This means knowledge, guys. We have Nefertiti here, and she has a dolphin right there. Dolphin symbolizes playfulness and also connection. And I feel like dolphins also have some sort of like a you can see there's a galaxy here, as dolphins are, I think they mentioned it in the Hitchhiker's Guide to something. I forgot the full name of the Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxies. So they say the dolphins are actually aliens. And I started like a new channel that I'm doing dowsing rods now. I'm asking random questions that I wonder. And yesterday it said, yes, dolphins are aliens. So it seems like you need some alien advice. Meaning, let's go with the literal meaning. It's outside of your thinking pattern. Okay, it's something that is not really familiar with you. You need that kind of knowledge. You're the high priestess. You can interpret that knowledge, but first you need to obtain it. Okay, so that's where you are right now. You have enough knowledge, but you need something outside of your comfort zone. We have number 14. It says art here. This is temperance. Is he playing with Mercury right there to make art? That can be dangerous, but balance is important, and you might actually really need to, the only way to take control into your hands is to maybe balance things out and do things in moderation rather than in excess. Excessive working or excessive resting can also throw you off balance. We have 201s here, a sky ceiling, sky window. Wow, okay, the snake is beautiful. This is about healing, a new light coming in, the snow is melting, so you need to start planning for what's coming your life. Okay, the 201 is all about planning, and there's a new window outside that is going to show you a different lifetime now. Let's see what the situation at hand is. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, and we can see all these beautiful cocktails and beautiful cups filled with, we have the seashells and pearls. You have all the desires, all the material satisfaction. I feel like it's going to be also, what comes your way is going to bring also emotional satisfaction. So it's not going to be only one-ended. It is going to be something really satisfying for you. We have Sage of Cups here. The situation is going to play out in a way that you will receive a regenerator. Says you're going to be regenerating, and the situation is something you truly desire, and it's going to offer you something. And then we have the Magician, and the Star wants to show up too, meaning this situation is going to push you, Aquarius, to be who you are fully and take control of a situation, offer something, take something, create something as the magician that you are. So, okay, this is all about, next 6 months is all about you taking charge and control of the things, making plans and in moderation, in a balanced way, and also manifesting your desires. How it's going to play out, it's going to start with a death meaning a Death Star. It doesn't mean that. It means that cycle is ending, something that doesn't serve you anymore, because on the shadow side, there's the Empress, which is, she's the one who gives birth to new. In order for you to give birth to new, you need to let go of what doesn't actually serve you anymore, what's actually trash, okay? So this can be trash thoughts, trash people, trash situations. You need to let them go so you can embrace the new baby coming forward, and let it go, let it in the past, and the situation is going to play out in a way. There's an ending coming, so you can give birth to the new. Hangman is a pause and a reflection. The Hangman's energy is, I interpret it in a way that you have a certain view of life, which I keep seeing this telling you all here, that you're being the donkey and the hat is not fitting in your head because you're being stubborn on certain things and beliefs and the desires or the way they should manifest. This is actually not allowing you to wear the hat that you want. So the Hangman is about you pausing for a second, hanging upside down, changing the way you see things, and recognize there's a better and easier way to handle them. Instead of being stubborn and giving donkey kicks to everyone, you can be the anteater here and do some things in the meantime, and that way you're gonna ignite the spirit of the earthly spirits, and they can help you. Okay, so it can be something like that, or it's just a change of perspective basically. Feeler, here we have Child of Cups. This is Page of Cups energy. This is something that the situation is going to play out in a way that you will receive a heart's desire, something that will be satisfying for you. And also I feel here it is going to be really joyful, because you can see all these children, they're like, some of them are grumpy, but some of them are happy. This one has all kinds of emotions going through. So the situation is going to play out in a way that eventually you will, what happens to children? They play all day long, they get tired, they cry, they sleep, they wake up with full energy again, they start again. So it is going to give you the opportunity to reset, because it is aligning with the star too. Star is your wish fulfillment. Let's get to your oracle now. We have a healing light coming ahead. Healing light can be you becoming the healing light for others, or you are a healing through divine energy, highest truth, joy, love, and appreciation. Fear is actually coming. We have a lady with a white dress and a fear with a lady with a black dress. So it seems like when you want to heal, when you connect with the spirit's energy, when you channel this healing light, all the fears that is existent, maybe the fear of death, something is ending. I'm not talking about fear of death here as the eternal ending. I'm talking about the completion of a cycle, letting go of something that you had in your life, but it cannot be revived anymore, okay? This can be, thinking of it now, maybe an ex that you have broken up 10 times and made up the 11th, and now like you're sick of and tired of the way this energy goes, but you still feel afraid to be alone. That's why you want to keep the fear and the energy with you. But it seems like you are going to overcome that. You're releasing your fears to the ocean here, to the sea, so it can take care of it for you, can bring transformation, which is going to bring great achievements. And it can be also fear of not achieving something. Seems like when you decide it's not controlling me, the things are going to play out in the massive and the most beautiful way. Dark thoughts keep coming and aligning with the fear energy here. I feel like some of you think that I need to think the worst case scenario, and because I don't want to be prepared, because maybe you have faced in the past with faced worst case scenarios, and now you want to keep it them. But the thing is, the Hierophant tells me you're not. They're just burdens that you keep carrying on your back, and they're just weighing you down and slowing you down. And you are smart and wise enough to know what to do when the fearful things comes forward. This can be, maybe initially you'll have an a little bit like emotionally despair, but it's not going to last too long, because you can see this 5 of Cups there's always a blessing. It's something you haven't received. There's a better blessing waiting for you. Take your gains, go across the bridge. There's your castle right there for you, okay? So these are poison. What you haven't received wasn't meant for you, and when something is meant for you, you will definitely release it. There's an ending coming in, a dramatic ending with the dark thoughts and the fear. I feel like if you're so used to thinking in a certain pattern, it can be really hard to let it go. And I feel the same energy when you're letting it go, this burden. It's going to feel really painful, but you see the sun is shining, and the Knight of Cups again showing up here, but it will help you see what's available or receive the blessings that exist, the new blessings that are existing for you too, okay? Knight of Cups can be indicative of emotionally fulfilling offer coming in. He has fish on his cloak, as you can see here, on his armor. Fish can be wealth, opportunities, abundance. Red fish with the red cloak of the Hierophant can symbolize this is something that is fire, that is powerful, that is rooted, root chakra, red color. It's grounded, it's earthly. It's not just an empty offer at the end of the day. This is your final message now. Let's see, we have, what are you manifesting? You're manifesting freedom. Freedom of releasing of these burdens on your back, in your mind, and also maybe financial freedom is coming for some of you, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.